Hello and welcome to... Damn it. Hello and welcome to Deep Dive. Today on Deep Dive, we're going into the depths of the DC universe with this. Green Lantern. No, that was perfect. You messed up this time. Ta-da! Don't like this one? Send us a new one. At this address. Oh God, no. At this address. That address. This one? Where is it? There it is. We found it. For the Deep Dive box. Prepare. Oh, something tore. Did I tear something? No, it's fine. We're gonna watch this now. Welcome to Deep Dive.
Ooh, extended cut or theatrical version?
Obviously extended cut.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
we need those juicy tidbits.
Reynolds, juicy tidbits.
Tiddly bits.
No, it got worse.
The Reynolds morsels.
No, oh man.
Ryan findings.
Are you trying to be worse than the film? I don't understand.
This is part of the
This is, yeah.
I will share that we have fan sent in snacks from Mr. Deebo Molina.
Yay!
Some cheese teens.
We think.
Should knock those in.
Billions of years ago, the race of immortals harnessed the most powerful force in existence.
A green doll.
We couldn't afford Anthony Hopkins.
These immortals, the guardians of the universe, built a world from where they could watch over all of existence. A ring powered by the energy of will was sent to every sector to select a recruit.
It's like
Together, these 3,600 recruits formed the intergalactic peacekeepers known as the Green Lantern Corps.
Look, he don't know. That was like a screensaver intro.
Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, this is
Oh,
your
I have
fault.
to own this.
Yep. This was your fault.
Yeah, I have to hold this. I'm sorry.
Hi, we are watching
Green
Lantern.
Lantern, extended cut.
the extended cut, which I'm hearing is an important thing.
Yes, and it has been extended with way more Reynolds and company.
So I saw this movie once in the theaters, and my reaction in the theater was Martin Campbell, a director I love, who saved James Bond literally not once but twice. That's a weird finger to start one with. Like, he saved Goldeneye, and he saved it with Casino Royale. He literally brought James Bond back from the dead twice. And I thought this was strange for a film, because it didn't seem to hold together.
I never saw this movie. This was never really on my radar. I was never a big DC person in general. I was more of an AC person. Thanks, Sam. So I'm coming in completely. I'm so sorry. Levels.
Watching the extended cut is a totally different movie.
We had the option. We chose the extended cut. Apparently, this is a good thing. I came in completely blank slate. I was dreading this a little bit. But so far, so good.
And I'm really enjoying it. Like, there's no part of it that I think is bad, except like the flyboy stereotype, let's be somewhat antagonistic to women character.
We get introduced to Hal Jordan as a child, and seeing this sort of arc of him admiring his father greatly. It happened really, really early, where there was the sort of dawning realization where I was like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, Tim Robbins. Oh, this guy's not gonna last long.
Yeah, the father is not top billing on the poster.
Yeah, but he's great.
Yeah.
That is so how that. Oh God. That is.
That's not supposed to happen.
That's how I expected it to happen, and yet. Oh God. Damn, y'all.
So far, we've met Hal Jordan, both as a child and as an adult. We see him go through a traumatic event as a kid where he loses his father.
Does the beautiful sort of classic cliche trope, the tossing of the jacket. I thought that was fantastic.
This is very important because you find out how much of a hero he thinks his father is and like how much he cares about his father. And then you see him explode away.
Literally, the moment he gives a thumbs up is when things start exploding
I'm like,
behind
oh
him.
man.
He's going to. No.
What if it just ejected his skeleton?
Oh damn.
Oh,
This is way worse.
oh,
Oh no, this is so bad.
I want to know what emotions they wanted us to have there.
I'm angry. Does
Yeah, he
anger
promised he wouldn't explode.
count? He did.
His dad is doing this riff on being a 1950s, hello, I am
Yeah.
a superhero guy.
Yeah.
But you're not scared, are you, Dad?
Let's just say it's my job not to be.
I'm a 1950s comic book character.
And then Ryan Reynolds spends his life, like Hal Jordan, emulating that?
Yeah.
We jump forward, and immediately that's exactly what he does
Yep.
now. He's chasing danger.
But he's reckless. He's so reckless.
Yes.
That's the only part that I don't like is how Jordan is like a very stereotypical, soon-to-be superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the motivation here.
But also being, like, actually who he is this person is very emotional and has astounding empathy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. For literally anyone
Yes.
he is around.
If you're hurt, even if you're a skinless muscle alien,
He will care about you.
He's absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he gets the opportunity to race against some new drones.
We see him do very good piloting. He's a very good flyer.
I think Blake Lively's character is better. She's good.
Blake Lively is,
She seems to be a better
Amazing.
soldier than him.
she is definitely better at listening to
Right.
directions.
Which
and
is
doing
good.
what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I have never been in the military. I don't pretend to know, but I assume that's something that people like in the military, following directions.
Movie saved.
Good. Taika Waititi's in it. It must be great.
Yep.
And it's generally true, actually.
God damn it, Tom, what the hell you feed those things?
At 35 is what else?
So, Curveball as well, Ryan Reynolds, Hal Jordan's best friend in this movie, played by Taika Waititi.
It's amazing.
I totally had no idea and no memory of that, but
Yeah.
extended cut means we get more Waititi. He's amazing.
He's hilarious. He is very much like a grounding kind of force, where Hal's a jerk. Like, it's called out like several times that he is just a jerk.
Now stay right there and look real pretty.
They actually want him to not win
Yeah.
because they're trying to sell these drones to the military.
Yeah.
But that dang Hal, he don't take no gumption.
Nope.
I don't know what I said. Sorry,
He don't take no guff because he has gumption.
that was like a period of fugue for me. I don't know what happened.
Eyeball, those sabers headed up your 6 can fly anywhere you can.
Now let's go somewhere I can't fly.
What the hell?
Space!
I think it's fine, but like you see that he is a jerk. I don't think he feels like he's entitled to be a jerk, but that is what his dad sort of showed. You can't be scared, you can't really show emotions, and that's what he's trying to do.
1950s superhero!
You know what's like my least favorite thing? It's this idea that every superhero needs to be a male chauvinist. Because they're always like, that's the character. It can't be all characters.
Taika Waititi is just amazing at calling him out, being like, that was rad, and also, why did you do that? Because he does end up blowing up a very expensive plane right at the beginning of the film.
Damn it. Hal?
Your boy certainly takes his job seriously.
He does get a slap on the wrist for that. Not much more than that, but he does get a slap on the wrist for that.
In the meantime, things are going really wrong in space.
Oh, space is fucked.
You are afraid.
So some yellow dude eats some skeletons.
Yup.
And he's like, yum, gotta get more skeletons.
Rawr.
He goes after Sector
2812.
And
No. Close.
he eats a spaceship, and he's a big brain, very scary.
Now they did bring up that yellow power is not a good thing.
No.
So who is that?
Thanos?
Oh, well. Yeah, okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, wow. He's good at his job.
And he hurts a guy, not dead, hurt. He goes off to Earth, which is, I think, in Sector, and meets, well, the ground, because he crash lands.
Yeah.
That guy, whose name is,
Don't ask me.
clever editing here.
Only the legendary Green Lantern Abin Sur was capable of capturing and imprisoning this beast. Which he did on the lost planet of life.
That was very scary.
That face.
I feel like this movie's giving me homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be a test.
I got nothing.
Tells the power of the Green Lantern to seek out someone worthy.
Someone worthy and deserving.
Yes.
And
We're
he
ready
gets
for it.
selected because, I think, because of the talk he was having with his nephew.
Cool. It's an X1, right?
This is pretty different.
My dad gave me that. Let's put it up.
I actually like him, which I definitely did not in the theater.
And he was telling his nephew like how much he cares about him and how like cool his nephew is.
Are you scared?
My job not to be.
Ooh. Boom.
You know, you're
Feels.
totally missing your super lame birthday party. Beat it. Go, 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 go,
He's
go,
a
go.
good uncle.
He's a great uncle.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're the Green Lantern.
I kind of hope that the power of the Green Lantern is like sort of semi-sentient in that Doctor Strange cape kind of way. I don't remember that being part of the power or anything like that, but it seems like it has to at least have some sort of moral judgment or sentience to it.
Because you see that, like the Green Lantern light ball thing is outside and then kind of stops and backs up a little bit and is like, hey, what are you doing? You seem cool. And then, like, Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern.
Unless it was just looking for the right phrases, in which case, good thing it went by that window at that time and wasn't just right next to someone writing a really cheesy birthday card or something like that. Oh, you seem cool. You talking about joy and love. Yep, Green Lantern. Oh, murderer, shit.
No, this is stupid.
Well, that's just rude. And I think that's really great. If that's not the way he was chosen in the theatrical cut, I think that's very silly. By the end of this act, we see...
He gets selected, he's gonna be
Yeah.
the Green Lantern, and we're here for it.
Hey, come on, man. No, don't do that.
I like that he cares about, like, you're the alien guy?
Yeah.
I care, damn it. Like,
Yeah.
He, like, unwaveringly gives his heart to whomever he sees. And I think that's incredible. So Hal Jordan ends up being this really fantastically, like, complicated character because I think the Green Lanterns are supposed to be there because they want to help people.
Good hearts.
Yeah.
Green good hearts.
Yeah, not yellow though.
Yeah, I'm really excited for like the high, like, space opera stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of maybe seeing more and having my other castmates enlighten me on the kind of differences between the theatrical cut and extended cut. We made that choice. We had the option.
Yeah, we did.
To go theatrical
Yeah,
or
we did.
extended. And yeah.
We will be judged. Currently judged.
so today's Act 2 Oreos brought to you not by Oreo. Call us. I'm excited about these. We're doing Good Humor Strawberry Shortcake.
They're the official
These are gonna be dope.
good
I hope
humor.
so.
Also, I'm gonna make the movie go.
Make happen.
So this is not strawberry shortcake flavored Oreos.
I don't know
No.
how to make the movie.
It's
This is-
strawberry shortcake ice cream flavored
There.
Oreos.
Oh, that's like an extra
There's
layer
not
of
a thing on
complexity.
this. I have to open them for real? Oh no, it's right.
No.
How dare it not be a reclosable package?
Be a smart boy.
Yep.
Rising Star. Carl Ferris.
Dr. Hammond?
It's me, the government.
Dr. Hector Hammond? We need to ask you to come with us.
Ooh, they smell good.
They smell like that.
There's so much strawberry here. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Smells like Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a lot.
So I just got some like strawberry body wash from the body shop.
That is, yeah.
That's what this is. Oh, there's even strawberry like embedded in the Oreo. It's a nice little added touch.
Yeah, this tastes like ice cream.
Yep.
This is the first good one. Except
Well,
for the hot cocoa ones.
hey! Yeah!
That's for the theatrics, but the government does like its protocols.
I love you.
Follow me.
Yeah.
I mean, clock the shoe. And the hair.
Yellow's bad.
And the coat.
These are aggressive. Like, I love them, but I don't want to eat them a lot.
No, I'm
I ate one and I'm like, I'm good forever now.
I mean, if does anyone want the rest of mine? I am good for just the one
You're
bite.
fashion forward. These are strawberry forward. Berry forward.
All right, so we are in the second portion of the Green Lantern. So far, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah?
I think it's a really cool take on a superhero film.
Yeah, I'm actually not having a bad time right now.
I wasn't expecting anyone to. I was hoping that the extended cut added a lot, and so far it has.
Mainly because people aren't like inherently superheroes. Like when you talk about Superman, he is amazing at everything. And with this, every character has like flaws to them. You kind of see those in different ways, but they still mean well for the most part.
We're having like an amazing time, especially Zoe, I would say, because Zoe's just like, oh my God. And even having that energy in the room brings us all up.
Man, the cast here. Jeffrey Rush, Michael
Oh,
Clark
yeah.
Duncan, Mark
Absolutely
Strong.
incredible.
I'm done. He's
This
right.
movie
All
goes
human.
full space opera.
We're not
so
ready to
fast.
defend the universe. Up until a few days ago, we thought we were the only ones in the universe.
The ring chose you. It wouldn't have done so if it hadn't seen something in you.
Tell your boss that.
Something you yourself
Yeah, right.
don't yet see.
And also the character design.
Oh,
when they have this huge meeting of all of the Green Lanterns.
Is it okay that all I want is the jellyfish Green Lantern movie? I need it.
Oh, jellyfish, actual fish, that one wasp was really cool.
And we get to see those. We get to see that, like, because their superhero is the power of will, their uniforms are unique to what they need their uniforms to be. The whole Green Lantern Corps is really cool.
Super into it. So we meet all of these folks, the Green Lantern Corps.
Yes.
In addition to this awesome kind of training montage once Hal Jordan gets his powers and uses them for the first time.
But in this act, we are like in full space opera mode. He very briskly gets taken off of Earth, goes into his training montage with various Green Lanterns who look rad, sound rad, overall pretty rad.
One note, and I'm not saying this as a negative, I'm saying it as a warning. They clearly did not have the CG budget to pull off everything. I mean, there's a lot, everything in this movie is CG. It's too much for especially a movie at that time.
Yeah, the effects team must have had a lot of fun, but I kind of get the sense that they filled all that stuff in after shooting. They were just like, okay, everyone's gonna be on a flat plane doing all of this, talking very close to one another and moving like a few feet at a time. We'll figure out what the background is and what actual alien these guys are at a certain level.
But what sort of extended beyond that was the amount of care and making everything feel breathing and nuanced. All of the Green Lantern suits are made out of the musculature of each species. Like the jellyfish, no musculature, very simple suit. Don't rent this movie and be like, dude, let's get drunk, talk about how bad this CG. Like, we know, it's, but like the amount of care on display, I think is unrivaled.
Yeah.
The team did a great job, but like, it's not shot in a way that actually does anything for these astounding, wondrous places that they're going to. So it's not to its full potential, but not for the effects team's fault.
True.
That was actually really cool. And I don't know how much of this kind of explanation of fear versus will we would have gotten in the theatrical cut, but I think this is doing a really good job of fleshing out motivations and character arcs, and
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that it has distilled force of will versus fear down into a literal galactic conflict.
Yeah.
I think that's really well done.
I remember the Michael Clark Duncan stuff leading into the Sinestro stuff, and as a person that has been apeshit his entire life for the Wizard's duel in Sword in the Stone, this is your movie. Because, like, they're brain fighting. They have to do a thing, and then the person has to counter it.
He gets like a dressing down, basically, from Sinestro, just being like, you're not good enough, you shouldn't be here, I'm gonna hurt you with swords and a wall, this is just not for you. Which I think was really important.
He hasn't overcome his dad's death. It's almost like these story beats are gonna collide.
Swords! His dad's made a saber! That's so good. And
Yeah,
then he
actually,
did make a chainsaw.
It actually makes that whole sword fight scene really have depth.
It means way more.
Because not only did he beat him with the sword, he then used his dad against him.
Yeah. Like, he does not believe that he should do this, and that was exactly what Sinestro wanted, was to put this fear in him. And so I think that's been really fascinating.
And Sinestro is always like, it's not about defense, never have it. Like, it was really kind of weird, the things he was trying to put in his head, because that's not what a leader says. So if there's any flaw in this movie, it's kind of telegraphing the Sinestro stuff a little hard.
his name is Sinestro.
We all have gathered that. We all have, yeah.
Sinestro, who is a good guy, who's leading the Green Lanterns at this point, is trying to take down the big bad, Parallax.
Sinestro looks like Satan. Can we just say it? He's like, what's up? I get the Satan cut.
The eyebrow situation, the mustache.
I'm the good guy, boss.
Very, very good.
And we also meet the scientist.
Oh yeah, there's this really interesting parallel story between, Senator's son. The kid ends up turning into this scientist who gets the opportunity to do the autopsy on the original Green Lantern's body,
alien.
and ends up getting a little bit of that fear stuff in his finger.
The other sort of interesting parallel to me was both Hal Jordan and Peter Sarsgaard, evil doctor character, who actually isn't evil at all.
No.
They're both given powers against their will. There's that will word again. That's never really dealt with. Like, he sort of got shorted a little bit, and he comes from a terrible family, and everyone around him is terrible, and his students make fun of him.
What I find fascinating is the power of fear is basically like a big old bully that you have to deal with constantly, and that's how we kind of see those powers manifest, is he keeps having this like nagging voice, like, you're not good enough, they don't like you, you're a freak, and he lashes out, such as one does when they get bullied.
Yeah.
But might turn out to be as different.
He's
from
also
bacteria
totally
as bacteria
innocent.
is from us.
He is.
Some people call them
He
extreme
just
viruses.
got, like,
They live in
possessed
the
by
most
aliens.
extreme environments on Earth.
To be fair, when he was doing the autopsy and he like got a hole in his blood, he didn't say anything about it, which is probably not the best thing to do. But
I think that makes sense. I think the point is, like, fear.
I didn't say anything.
It can take a person that's not
Leads
inherently
to
evil.
anger.
Right.
With it.
Right.
Yeah, you get the literal power of fear into you.
Yeah, this movie is very much about fear, for sure.
Yeah. Eat him.
Whoa!
well, right now he's feeding on his fear, right, of being made fun of being bullied.
Class dismissed.
Good call.
Yep. Yeah, that's a move. But even just like he's genuinely excited about his science, and science meaning the quest for knowledge, and that is just kind of turned against him. He's like a genuinely cool person. He's just gonna be a bad guy. And you feel bad, which, cool. Great job, movie.
I feel so bad for the scientist. Like, he was so excited to do his job, and then he finds out he just got to do it because his dad called the shots. And
the tiz.
yeah.
Where did you get that?
Oh, and they called him
I'm on
because his dad
subcommittee
said he.
Overseeing the agencies involved. Top secret was you. That's why they chose me.
That sucks.
Because of this, we're going to be able to get you a top post on the inside now, helping oversee the entire operation. There are scientists that work their whole lives for this.
Oh,
People
he's
more
such a
qualified.
good guy.
Don't be naive, son.
I
That's the way the world works.
don't like the visuals they went for with him because they just make you think he's a villain and he's not at all.
No, he's like genuinely doing what he
Science.
wants to do.
So I feel badly for him. I wish that he wasn't the villain that I'm pretty sure he will inevitably be.
It's like devastating to watch this character in a way that, especially I think the editing's a little different. It was something Sam brought up about parallels in a movie where the bad guy is called Parallax. There's a lot of parallels, including good and bad generally are told at the same time.
Allowing visualization of muscles and individual muscle fibers.
Grimace is dead, but we can rebuild him.
And beyond. By the power
This isn't Grimace.
of
This is
Grayskull. What
Sex
the
Grimace.
hell? Come on, if you can find me 100 miles in the middle of nowhere, you think they...
Clearly, you should not watch this film.
As Hal Jordan is going through his process, we get this parallel of him getting his powers, and so far it's setting up their inevitable
Clash between
Yeah.
power of will and power of fear.
Yeah.
Which is amazing and incredible, and I'm sad we all missed this the first time. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, if your heart is right, you can be a hero. Your will to do good.
Will versus fear.
Yeah, I think his evilness is going to directly correlate to how big his forehead is.
Yeah, I mean, if we see anything with Sinestro, that has to be true.
Yeah, forehead's not great.
I don't know the specific cuts because it's been at least 5 years since I've seen this, but there's so much more nuance in the extended cut that even halfway through it, I could easily tell you to go give it a shot.
All the space opera stuff is really cool. They got to that
gorgeous.
backstory about the Guardians and the Council and everything like that.
But as that power began to seem insufficient, a great debate arose among us. Should we exploit another source of power, one we had long since sworn should never be used? Fear. But the power of fear was too unpredictable. The chance of corruption too great. And so we decided against it. All of us, that is, except one.
I think we all were like getting some serious Mass Effect vibes when we're meeting all the
and
different
Citadel,
races.
yeah.
Consumed by the yellow power of fear, the Guardian became the very evil he had wished to destroy. He became Parallax.
I love that there are no bad guys. There are people who have been put into bad situations.
Yeah.
And maybe make a bad decision.
And but everybody makes bad decisions. We eat how many terrible Oreos? That doesn't make us villains.
That makes Sam a villain.
Yeah,
that's true.
Look upon my works.
He grew larger, more powerful.
It's fun.
I'm ready for part 3. And here is the next one.
All right. Catch you on the flip side.
Why did that happen?
And here is
I bet the bandwiches at this party are great.
Just dress them.
Who wants Jolly Rancher Pop-Tarts?
Not me.
They actually don't smell so good.
Can I get the edge?
The one outside the thing is cooked, the one
Super
inside the
toasty.
packet is
Those
raw.
are not naturally occurring colors.
It's a Jolly Rancher! Slow your roll, Dad.
Worst pilot I've ever seen, or the best. Not that sure. I've been called both, sir. Glad you get back, son.
I just got back from an alien world. Nothing you say affects me. Why?
You know, I always say there are thinkers in this world and there are doers, and you.
I want
one of
some
the doers.
Pop-Tarts.
Okay, there you go. I got a little.
Yeah, but you're the thinkers.
I'm taking a big old chunk.
Would never plane to fly.
All right.
Someone thought it up.
I love this.
3, 2, 1.
Excuse me, I'm just
Dink it, sink it. All right.
And
Wow.
I gotta get back to work. This is work. Yes, sir.
It actually tastes exactly like Jolly Ranchers, which is so bad for me.
I love it a lot.
Yeah, my dad used to train in them.
I love it.
She managed to pull
It
that
tastes
off.
fake.
I pointed out you only won because you broke the rules of engagement.
Go on, Samuel.
So let me tell you a little story about a guy named the Green Lantern.
So we are still watching The Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And
extended cut.
Extended cut, so it is long, but I actually really appreciate that.
I do.
I am no longer mad at Sam for choosing this.
Let's see, where did we leave off? Oh yeah, it was about to be a gala event right out.
Hot Wheels.
The Hot Wheels Rescue.
A toast to our future.
He didn't even mention his own son. This guy's a jerk.
He's got it. Whoa, that look.
We should talk about the fighting. Because
The
the
fighting
fighting
is
is so
cool.
fun.
The fighting's cool.
The fighting is great.
So there's a big dinner and everyone's there, by which I mean all three important characters.
It's funny that the true villain of the movie isn't actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
Depth, nuance.
You're not gonna believe who was there.
Oh my god.
Mr. Wheels himself, the creator of Hot Wheels.
The Wheel Boy.
The real Wheel Boy.
The real Wheels.
Woof.
Okay.
We've been fired from the show. It's
Yup,
actually,
no one's good.
Just bring
Yeah.
whoever you want.
Because yes, we see that scene with his nephew and the Hot Wheels beforehand, but in the very beginning, he's actually trading Hot Wheels with Hector. So like Hot Wheels have always been an important thing in his life, and they've made that clear.
No, there's some fun stuff where Hal Jordan and still don't remember his name, but bad guy Mixarsgard.
Hector, yeah.
Hector. They don't know each other, has powers, and they're old childhood friends, so they say hi to each other.
Oh no, she didn't really recognize him at first.
Congratulations.
That was such a sniff.
He did.
Here's
Smelled her
to
hair.
you and Hal, the future.
So we see the helicopter almost crash.
Yep.
Yes,
Oh, he's gonna do the. Oh no. Oh.
Get it, girl! Yeah!
Oh, well, it's super.
It super does
Did.
actually crash a little bit.
Cool.
Damn. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of. Whoa! Yeah.
Like,
It
there's-
crashed into bandstand, and then Blake Lively crashes into drum set.
She does.
Saved in a bubble by the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Who then kind of saves a whole hot mess of people
Yeah.
with some Hot Wheels. Oh, dude, not the drum kit.
What?
Okay. All right, that's where you go with that. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's literally the Hot Wheels that he flipped in his nephew.
Well, and then he traded with Hector as kids.
Hal kind of has his first public reveal of his powers by saving Tim Robbins with a big old Hot Wheels ramp, which is foreshadowed in like one of the first scenes with his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts like a Hot Wheel base on the helicopter and has it go through all of these twists and turns. And what I really like is all of his fighting style is so dictated by his life.
Yeah. There are levels to this, man.
I think this is great.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Like callbacks on callbacks on callbacks.
And there's all sorts of family drama where Hector's dad, the evil senator,
Yeah,
completely ignores
never
him.
not evil. From like start to
Yeah.
toasty end. Toasty
Yes,
end.
flame broiled, coming to a BK
Never
near you.
frozen.
Yeah, always fresh.
Never frozen.
Tim Robbins, Red Robins, yum.
Also,
Okay.
also that.
And I love what it's also doing with the idea of kind of subverting a lot of kind of common superhero tropes in the meantime.
Hal goes to see Blake Lively and is like, hello, madam, and try to do the Batman thing. And she's like, no, that's you. You're Hal.
Hal?
Like
Hal? Yeah.
Like that's. I see your whole face. You're Ryan Reynolds.
But I love, she's like, I've known you my whole life.
I've seen you naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone immediately calls him on it, right? Like his best friend Taika Waititi is just like, okay, that was you.
Green.
Green.
Super green.
Wow. I know, right?
Super green.
I like that they're celebrating as friends.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
no
cool.
superhero movie does that.
Well, the new Spider-Man has been good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love him. More of him, please.
Yeah.
That would be great.
As soon as he kind of tests out the superhero outfit, the last sort of line before the scene changes is, wait, Doesn't the superhero always get the girl? Cut to him not getting the girl.
They have a little intimate conversation that actually ends really interestingly, in which she calls him out for just like wasting everything he's ever been given, which is like every opportunity.
Yeah.
Just because he's chasing danger and chasing death. He's afraid of commitment.
And the girl very clearly being like, no, like we tried this and you messed up. Like, I don't want to do that again. I'm not saying it's like outside of the realm of possibility that changes, but I did really like that Blake Lively was like, I love you and I care about you, but like you've always been kind of a jerk, and I don't see that changing.
Yeah.
Even with these superpowers.
Yeah, that was kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
It's just humanity all over the place. Humanity and flaws.
Right.
Even with a cool green suit.
What I thought was so interesting is, one, this canonically lines up with Suicide Squad, which is the thing in the theater the first time I definitely wasn't paying attention to, but Angela Bassett playing Amanda Waller in the circumstances that actually lead to Amanda Waller being who she is in Suicide Squad. Like, somehow the Green Lantern makes that movie better. Boom. Bonus thing you definitely did not think you would learn today.
They're very similar,
yes.
Right? And I do love the line where Hector is like, how did you end up like this?
Yep.
Where he like blatantly calls out the like, this sucks. Mm-hmm. Why did you get everything? You've always gotten everything. Like, Ryan Reynolds gets called out on his privilege a couple of times, and it is so well deserved.
Something I was commenting on, noticing with Hector, a lot of his humanity shows through, and now that he's so fearful and letting this monster take over, there's this like, I don't know, it's beautiful. Like, he always has these little wry smiles when he sees like, oh, horrible things are about to happen to you. And it's creepy and it's weird, and somehow he acts through all of these layers of prosthesis, and it's wonderful.
Those goiters, that cannot be easy to talk through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey said this a few times while we're watching, like, his dad was kind of the main villain and the main impetus for this happening. He was so fearful of failure and his dad's approval, he was pretty easy prey for the fear monster.
Yeah, if we could talk about anyone can become a hero.
Right.
Anyone can become a villain.
So easily.
If they have this sort of basis. Tim Robbins was not.
He wasn't great.
Great.
Not great.
All.
No.
To harp on the parallels thing, there's so much subtlety and sort of beauty and symbolism in a lot of stuff they're doing. And again, I feel like a studio edit of a film like this might wholly ignore these beats and these moments. Like, at one point, Hector and Green Lantern, when fighting, literally fall into a yin-yang.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. We are seeing the fear and will literally kind of fighting.
Yeah, and butt heads. Yeah.
Each other, laying together, and talking to each other.
Almost spooning.
Almost.
So we're close to spooning.
Almost.
Showing the duality of each other. We both actually are sort of the same person. Only one of you looks like Ryan Reynolds.
He is fighting with creativity, and Hector is fighting with like his surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Hector is functionally a cornered animal.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a lot of fun with his telekinesis. Only really kills one person, two people. Straight up, needle to the head. That was a bad one.
We all went, oh! We weren't filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
He has fully given into his fear, and that's given him this like sense of confidence, right? Like, he kind of is past fear because it's fully engulfing him, and so he's just using anything around him. Now it happens to be the anything around him is a $1 billion government lab, which is convenient for fighting and for father roasting. That was not great.
Flame roasted Robins.
Yeah.
So that was the one awkward moment for me that it was like, wait a second, something went wrong in the production of this movie, where Green Lantern just shows up in the middle of Hector doing bad evil stuff, and there's literally no moment forecasting that he would know about this or know where this facility was or really anything. Was there one?
You got called out, dog.
I guess so. All right, this scene right now that is playing is the one that I missed.
The ring never makes a mistake.
That one. Great, huh? I'm glad we shared this moment.
I'm glad we did too. I feel bad. Okay.
All right, bye.
Overall, I think this is a really cool film. I think it's like visually extremely pleasing.
Yeah.
I love the giant fear monster being like a giant head with a cloud body. I'm truly enjoying this, and I do get startled very easily, so I apologize for the many screams that I've done.
I'm having a great time. Great time, great friends, suspect snacks. That's Deep Dive.
I told you the ring made a mistake.
Wait, go back. How did the ring make a mistake?
The one thing that a Green Lantern is supposed to be is fearless.
I knew she
Mr.
was
Wisdom, Blake Lively.
the heart of the film.
You don't think your dad ever felt afraid?
Oh?
If he did, he'd figure out some way to beat it.
Yeah, well, there's a word for that. Courage. I always have.
No kiss.
Explosive chemistry.
Ring didn't see that you were fearless.
Yeah.
It saw
At this point, I'm like, get married and have children already.
They have.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily. And Twitter loves it.
Twitter's right.
But you are.
Yeah, their chemistry is like.
It's off the charts.
But she's like, you gotta earn it, dude.
Yeah.
So we just finished watching The Green Lantern, and I really liked it.
So I definitely didn't know what we were gonna get into when I picked this because I'd never actually seen this before, and I have to admit that it was sort of a morbid curiosity that made me pick it.
This movie was great. Why was this bad? Why was this in the butt? Is it because of the whole like computer CGI thing? I mean, it's fine, whatever, dialogue, whatever. This movie was really, really fun.
There are very few issues that I have with this film.
We weren't fair to this movie. It has rough edges, sure.
I love that it's a team of superheroes who work together, and I'm not talking like the Justice League or the Avengers.
Which, by the way, they didn't even ask him to be in. Green Lantern, second best DC superhero. Sorry, he's not as good as Wonder Woman. What?
Man, it's so fascinating to see what people wanted to do with superhero movies. The scale of this movie is really impressive.
This movie makes a point about 10 and 11-year-old boys, kind of specifically, like first with Hal as a kid and then with his nephew. If I were 10 and saw this movie, my mind would have exploded. A superhero that's first thought is Hot Wheels? Incredible. And he has to learn what courage is. He has to learn how to overcome fear.
It is a super rad movie, and like, there's a bunch of stuff that probably, if you're not invested, comes off as hokey or stilted or tropey, I think we've talked about, but it's very pure in that way. There aren't a ton of missteps.
We see that there is humanity in superheroes, and in fact in this, that is what makes them the heroes that they are.
You have this really intense and humanizing dialogue between movie villain Hector.
And if I can't be like you, I'm gonna make her like me. And let's face it, once she's like me, and you wouldn't be very interested. Now would you?
Why can't you? Why can't you be like me?
And I think that's truly what's important about this film. I mean, Hal was a superhero, but he very easily could not have been, and that is brought up in the film.
And it's this genuine human conversation which results in one of his biggest act of heroism being actually saving Blake Lively without his superhero persona. He actually just saves her as a human, and all of that is just incredibly cool. Why is this movie bad?
This sort of like sci-fi mayhem stuff, like that's awesome.
Stay here. No problem.
So much work and passion went into world building and the visuals, but also like Ryan Reynolds turns in a pretty good performance of a fairly complex character that is not written very complexly.
He got the Green Lantern part, something that he fought and clawed for. I'm sure there was so many auditions, it's ridiculous. And he tried so very, very hard.
He does a very good job with, I almost just called him Hal Holbrook, and that's not the right character. He does a great job as Malcolm Reynolds, and I just like, I was really happy to watch it.
He took this movie as a failure. I know this because Deadpool constantly makes fun of this. By the way, I don't mind Deadpool. Deadpool's fine. It's fun. It's super funny.
This movie talks a lot about morals and what is right and wrong and how that can be different for different situations.
One of the things about this movie that's super fascinating and explicitly said and demonstrated, not only do you have a choice to be the hero, you have the choice to be the villain.
Even if you think of yourself as a villain, it's your will to be that bad person, and you do not have to be.
This is personified directly in Ryan Reynolds pulling off the ring, giving it to the villain, giving ultimate power to the villain, and giving him the choice. What would you like to be teaching kids?
I think it's really exciting that there is a superhero film that talks about this.
It's interesting that a movie that would have ended up in the dive box is one that we would go, not only should you see it, you should see the extended version of it, like see more of it. That's super cool.
Also, the space stuff is really cool. We do entire fights in space. The villain is like incredible looking, the actual fear, Parallax.
In terms of just the sheer embodiment of fear was actually legitimately terrifying.
Yeah, he's nothing but fear, so he's like a freaking meal.
Yeah, he's the base.
Some cosmic horror shit, and I love it.
Yeah, this is... Whoa! Like, have you been hanging out with Clive Barker?
That's cool. That's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, just seriously, shout out to that evil skeleton cloud, just because that's awesome.
And you see how much of a driving factor fear is. As people are fearful of him, he gets more and more powerful.
That shot was so cool. It was just like on her.
That was incredibly successful.
At the end of the movie, the hero throws this cosmic horror elder god interpretation of a base emotion into the sun.
Also, he does punch a monster into the sun.
And then also he punches someone into the sun, so that's like super cool.
Oh, we're getting serious.
Oh!
It's a fist.
Punch you into the sun, bitch!
He did just get punched into the sun. That is entirely true. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
That is super cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it actually like evaporates before it hits
Right, it
it.
doesn't
That
even
was
get
so
there.
cool.
He's gonna run into the cast of Sunshine.
And saves himself by pod racing between two F-35s.
You know me, I'm a sucker for a good callback. For example, we are having a situation where human pilots, because of human error, are in danger of potentially being replaced by these two superhuman jet craft. And that is the thing that Ryan Reynolds, Hal Jordan, invokes in the end, and is the thing that is saving him from the sun. What? How is this movie bad?
Elevator pitch, I guess? I don't know how else to say. That's rad.
There is literally nothing I can think of in this movie that I'm like unhappy with. Yes, some of the CGI could be better. Yes, some of the dialogue could be better. But overall, it still gets the point across that heroes are made.
This is a character, a superhero that is built on being courageous and overcoming your fears and being a better person. When he's not a better person, everyone around him calls him out on it. Taika Waititi's character calls him out on it. Blake Lively calls him out on it multiple times.
Heroes are people who want to be heroes. They're not necessarily the ones who are chosen to be heroes.
I think if people disliked this movie, it wasn't because it was bad, but because they kind of felt like they'd seen it before. I think that maybe blinded people to how much interesting stuff was out there.
Who put this in the box? It's not. Doesn't deserve to be in the box. It was super great. It was super fun. My only beef is that there wasn't enough Taika Waititi. Not nearly enough. Not enough Angela Bassett. But other than that, it was great.
Green Lantern kicks ass. I am really bummed that we're never going to get the actual sequel to this movie, because I really wanted to see Mark Strong as Sinestro ham it up. That could have been a lot of fun.
Oh, yellow ring. That
When he
looks
became the
dope
Wasp.
as hell. I guess I'm evil now.
Hey! Pow.
So sad we'll never see that movie.
I really liked it. I have no problems with it at all, and I got to look at Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively for like a very long time, and I'm so excited about it. So I think you should go see this movie. I think you should see the extended cut and just look at Ryan Reynolds some more.
Go rent this movie.
I had a great time. Castmates had a great time. Really solid moments. Great storytelling. Go get yourself some Green Lantern.
Next time on Deep Dive.
Don't pick bad.
I'll try not to, but it is my turn to choose from the dive box. Ooh, we have a lot of different movies. Okay. What? That sounds amazing. Okay.
I have no idea what you're gonna pick. Usually I have the dollar. I have no idea.
Well, the movie that I was going to pick is no longer in the box from the. Oh, it is. Never mind. I found it. But now I'm seeing other choices, and
There's a lot of choices.
There's so many choices. There's one that I know nobody wants me to pick. Is the problem? Oh, this is hard. What?
10 seconds.
Oh, I actually didn't mind that movie. 10 seconds. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with. I've definitely chosen it, Mikey, and I'm not stalling for time. 100%. Okay, but
Still got 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm going to choose. Let's go with the option that I think is the silliest. We're gonna go with Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
This was donated by Elizabeth Hayes. Thank you, Elizabeth, but probably no thank you.
This is your fault.
Way to go, Sam. Oh, wait, Zoe, this time.
Today you're the Sam.
Today you're a real Sam.
You're such a Sam.